Well, once upon a time roller coasters were all about pushing limits higher, faster, steeper, scarier. Every new ride was a record breaker. Those big roller coasters really made you rethink your life while waiting in line. But lately something feels different. Coasters are getting smaller, shorter, safer, tamer, even forgettable perhaps. Now I saw this video on YouTube called Why New Roller Coasters Are Boring Now. And this really is a great quality video, so be sure to check that one out. So what's really going on right here? Are theme parks afraid to go big anymore, or are thrill seekers just harder to impress? Find out in this video. Now first of all, we need to talk about the late 90s to the early 2010s. It was the golden age of coasters, and the goal, well, break every record imaginable. And this was where all of us thrill seekers were introduced to giga coasters, hydraulic launches, 400-foot monsters. It was the arms race of adrenaline. Some of the biggest roller coasters in the world to this day were built in the early 2000s, such as Millennium Force right here and Top Thrill Dragster and so on. Oh well, these kinds of rides were not just fast, they were insane. You didn't ride them for fun, you rode them to survive, but some people also might call them fun, such as roller coaster enthusiasts like me. Then we need to fast forward to today, and new additions are just, well, a bit underwhelming. The biggest rides coming out aren't topping any records, and they're often aimed at kids or families. So what happened to pushing the limits? Now the easiest answer right here is theme parks have shifted focus. Instead of going extreme, they're investing in what's called family thrill coasters, rides that look fast but won't wreck your spine or make your grandma cry. And just take a look at the roller coaster manufacturer RMC, the company that redefined coaster intensity with crazy airtime. You can clearly see in the recent years that the demand for those highly intense airtime coasters by RMC has been slowed down. Oh well, they have been releasing more approachable rides. Just think lighter layouts, lower speeds, smoother transitions perhaps. Just take a look at the newly opened dueling single rail roller coaster right here at Walibi Holland. Now these two dueling roller coasters has already been criticized for being way less intense compared to other RMC products. But on the other side, I also have to say it's not that thrill rides are extinct, but they are becoming more rare and often surrounded by softer and more accessible experiences. Now here's the not so fun part: money. COVID hit theme parks hard. Construction delays, layoffs, park closures and financial scars are still healing. And just think about this: if you were in financial problems, would you buy that big mega coaster that costs 20 to 25 million, or family roller coaster between 5 to 12 million. Oh yeah, building a record-breaking roller coaster is very expensive, and maintaining it, whoa, even more so. Meanwhile, a family roller coaster is cheaper to build, appeals to more guests and breaks less often. And it is just all about ROI, return on investment. A family of 4 isn't lining up for the coaster that makes dad black out, but they'll happily ride something everyone can enjoy. Less thrill at many parks equal more smiles and more ticket sales because of the families, more people, you know. And let's not forget about safety. As rides got faster and more extreme, so did the risks. One serious injury can shut down a ride for years and sometimes forever. Parks now face stricter regulations, more insurance concerns and growing public pressure to avoid anything that looks dangerous. Of course, not every park is playing it quote-unquote safe. Parks in the Middle East, China and even many American parks are still pushing the envelope. Oh well, we still got a few record-breaking roller coasters out there, such as Falcon's Flight, but this one has unfortunately not operated or tested yet, and on top of that, Top Thrill 2, it doesn't look that great. Now Top Thrill 2 is just a prime example of why people are playing it safe in the recent years. Now the big question is, are roller coasters getting boring? Well, it depends on what you value. If you're chasing records and G-forces, it probably feels like a letdown sometimes. But if you're just looking for fun with friends, smoother rides and something the whole family can ride, it is okay. Now the last thing I need to mention is that the thrill isn't dead, it's just evolving. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we won't get any more big thrill coasters out there. We have still received many awesome and world-class roller coasters in the recent years, and that will also continue in the future. But you can't really expect newer roller coasters breaking different records such as height, speed and so on. And then people might say, you are wrong, long, we still have record-breaking rides coming out in the next years. Now that is true, many of these records are just very specific, such as the steepest dive coaster, well 96 degrees. We have many roller coasters exceeding 100. The only exception right here is that Giga dive coaster coming to Six Flags Over Texas, 309 feet tall. That is just crazy. Now I still have to say that there is hope out there for thrill coasters in the future. Many of the major roller coaster manufacturers out there, such as Mack Rides, Gerstlauer, Intamin and RMC, has showcased some very innovative coaster models. Just take a look at Intamin's creations in the recent years. Those LSM launch coasters are just crazy and evolving with that swing launch section. Now the German manufacturer Mack Rides has really stepped up their game in terms of launch coasters. First of all, we got Voltron Nevera, an awesome and very impressive ride experience. And also their most recent creation, the dueling multi-launch coaster Stardust Racers. That one looks very impressive. Now don't get me started on the very thrilling and highly intense extreme spinning coaster model by Mack Rides. It really looks like Intamin is going to do their version on Hollywood Drift. So to calm all of you roller coaster enthusiasts down watching this video, there will still be many thrill coasters out there, very insane, crazy, world class and innovative. But we will still see a bigger emphasis on family thrill coasters in the future. Now I really want to know your thoughts in the comments. Are parks selling out or just adapting? Should we bring back the scream machines or embrace the new age of family thrill coasters and a few thrill coasters, of course? If you really like theme parks and roller coasters, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Then at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.